The distinguished representative of the Russian Federation, I suppose that he will introduce his draft. The Russian Federation has the floor.
Thank you, Chairman. I will make a brief general statement. I already made a statement yesterday on the same issue. I'm not going to repeat myself. I simply wanted to draw the attention of the delegates to the fact that the Russian delegation, demonstrating its constructive position and readiness to take into account the views of other delegations, has agreed to make changes to the original text of the draft decision, which is called Improving the Effectiveness of the Work of the First Committee, document L57 Rev 1. We are proposing a gradual approach to dealing with the issue of the free access of national delegations to the event and to the United Nations as provided for in the host country agreement of 1947. I wanted to just mention that in the current version, our document does not directly demand a transferring the next session of the First Committee to Geneva or to Vienna. However, we do think that this is a very acute problem, the issue of access of national delegations to United Nations events and conferences, and I think this must remain in the very much in the focus of our committee and the General Assembly, which is why we propose this gradual approach which I mentioned. Now our document is aimed at, once again, enabling the UN Secretariat and the Secretary General to make efforts to resolve the visa problem. On the other hand, we once again are giving an opportunity to the United States to revise their policy with regard to the issuance of visas to representatives of certain states who are traveling to take part in various United Nations events. Furthermore, we have heard quite many comments here about the fact that the visa problem is not a problem for the First Committee. Well, we're not asking the First Committee to tackle this problem. We're asking the First Committee to let the authorities of the United States and to the UN Secretariat know that this is a problem that hasn't been resolved in a long time, and this undermines the work of the First Committee and of the other elements of the disarmament machinery of the United Nations. Furthermore, now our document is closely linked to the report of the Committee on relations with the host country. There are references to specific paragraphs of that report, and so I repeat, we're not necessarily focusing the attention of the First Committee or to try to urge any particular delegation to try to go and resolve this problem. We're simply trying to stress the point that the First Committee has certain concerns and would like to express its concerns regarding this acute issue. And without resolving this issue, it will be difficult to speak about the effectiveness of the work of the First Committee and the UN Commission on Disarmament. Thank you very much.
I thank the distinguished representative of the Russian Federation.